Hey there, viewers! A Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Transformers 1 Starscream. Now, when first watching reviews of this figure, honestly, I was kind of on the figure because I mean, he had a weird face sculpt, which we'll see later in robot mode, and the articulation wasn't all too great. So, yeah. But often if I get a figure in hand, my opinion does change. So, how is he in hand? Well, first of all, looking at the box. So, of course, we've got the standard, I guess, 2025 style Studio Series box. So we've got Starscream here in both modes. 30 steps to transform him. Of course, it's from Transformers 1. This side with the same picture of Starscream. This side we just have more of this artwork. The back we got him in both modes. And we do have this nice metallic paint job, which honestly, I think I kind of prefer the deco here than on the actual figure. That's probably just me. But anyway, of course, got a picture of him in the film. And what he does in the film, because, yeah, Starscream in the film was kind of cool. Because, like, he was the leader of some, like, underground thing, trying to fight back against Sentinel Prime. And then Megatron just beat his ass and damaged his voice box, and it made his voice all squeaky like G1 Starscream. And of course, we got multiple Seekers, so I do expect it to be repainted multiple times into Starscream. Well, this is Starscream, but I do expect it to be repainted multiple times into Skywarp and Thundercracker and Frost Dodge, Ramjet. Hell, even Slipstream and Redwing were in the film, so maybe even a Studio Series Redwing in like 2031 or something. I don't know. But for now, we just have Starscream. And how is he? Well, for one, I do like the jet mode, because it's meant to sort of call back to Bumblebee movie Starscream, just now in a deluxe class form, and yeah, this does look pretty cool. I do like the forward swept wings, kind of gives me a Cyclonus vibe. And you can see the tail fin here is heavily meant to be based on, like, the Tetrajets. So yeah, like every time Starscream's Cybertronian jet mode, they just go over the Tetrajets. Like, this is meant to just be a mix between, like, Seed Starscream and Bumblebee movie Starscream, it seems. So yeah. We do have some thrusters back here, although they're just for show. They don't actually take blast effects. Which is kind of unfortunate, but oh well. You also have the feet and hands just sticking out the back. Although the underneath for a Cybertronian jet mode is kind of clean. Like, we do have the hands showing, we do have the legs showing, but there's no visible head syndrome, which is pretty good. We do have I guess a facsimile of a cockpit, because seeing how this is a Cybertronian jet mode, I don't think this is meant to be a cockpit. This is probably just a spark chamber or something. I don't know. And for accessories, well, they're all bundled up right here. We do have the two null rays, which can these take blast effects? I can actually grab one. I just went flying. So, trying to plug in a blast effect here. Yeah, it does stay on. So these can take blast effects. But we do also have this middle gun here, which you're meant to tap in during the transformation. And this... yeah, we can also slide in the blast effect right there, which is pretty cool. Now, honestly, I would have preferred if the gun would be plugged in under the nose cone here. Because right there, we just have a huge clusterfuck of guns, but That's just me. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about the jet mode. Like, I do really like it. I like how it sort of looks like Cyclonus. I like the Tetrajet vibes. So, how's the transformation? Well, to start, I'm just going to split these and take this gun off. Yeah, we got some parts forming! But yeah, it's weapons parts forming. So we got, better look at this gun here. There you go. And we also have to take this off. So yeah. And combining these up. Now we've got his robot mode gun. So there you go. But anyway. So getting him transformed. What I'm going to do is unpeg these red sections here. It's also going to unpeg the wings. So try and get these untabbed. And just rotate them forwards. So let's do the same here. Take the wings, rotate them around. Fold up these bits of the wings, like so. Take the feet, just move them down. So we got at least the toes. Still have to do the heels later though. Move the wings up and untap the arms. Should get the shoulder pads transformed, so move them down. And they're rather easy to unclip, so just be careful there. But we're just going to close these up. There we go. So yeah, close up the shoulder pads with the null rays on them. And then untap the arms from these bits here. With the legs, we're just going to untap them. And all this is going to move down. I'm going to try and keep these tabbed in for now. These blue bits are just going to come down for now. These are just going to come down to form the heels. These blue bits are then going to close up. And that's the legs done. Here, we can open this up. And then we can see the head. Fold up the nose cone. Try and rotate the cockpit up. And also rotate all this down. This bit's kind of tricky to do, actually. Because you want it, so this is seated right up here. Okay, so one complaint I have is a lot of these bits are just on little clips that just easily come off. So again, be wary. We're just going to fold all this up. And this also folds in. So it's kind of like this. Okay, it's not going in. Okay, so that's actually kind of tricky to do, but well, once you get all this folded up into here, you just fold that down, fold the head in. Try and get the arm straightened out. These red bits just clip into the back here. And trying to remember how the wings work. Oh. These are just going to split out like so. And here we have Starscream in robot mode. And yeah, like my previous review of the Bumblebee, I'm not really a big fan of that transformation. Namely how the chest works, because there's just a lot of fiddly little parts that can easily come off, so I'm expecting this guy to be missing a lot of pieces if you find this guy on eBay in a couple of years. So just be careful if you're searching for this guy in like 5 to 10 years time. But anyway, for the actual robot mode, I mean, it's how he appeared in the film. So yeah. Back's pretty clean, honestly. We do have the wings, which is pretty nice. And the head, which... that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, they fumbled the head sculpt, but anyway, moving on. Of course, we do have the null rays, which, as I showed, these can take blast effects. But these do also have a bit of range, because these can actually move out. And these can come off. So, give up to... so if you want, these can be handheld weapons if you're an absolute monster. So there's that. But we do also have the handheld gun, which, if you want, can just stay on his back. But he can also hold this. I'm trying to remember if he used a gun in the film, because he only showed up, like, what, halfway through? But yeah, I'm trying to remember if he did use a gun or not, because he probably just used the null rays. But anyway, yeah, they can also take blast effects pretty well. So yeah. And honestly, I think the gun's kind of silly, because it's literally just the vehicle mode gun along with the tail fin for the jet mode. So yeah, not really the best of guns in my opinion. So I guess we should move on to the articulation. So head can move side to side. If you disengage that joint, he can look up. He can look down. Arms can move. If you move that out of the way, he can T-pose. Waist, well, I've got the elbows. Elbows can move. Bicep rotation. Wrists, there's nothing. Waist, there's also nothing. There's been a lot of figures with no waist articulation recently. But he can kick forward. Really good knee, so you can get him into a good flying pose. Swivel there at the thigh. You can do the splits. And there's nothing at the ankles. So you could get him into a good kneeling pose. Just poses are kind of limited just due to the lack of waist and knees, which I think is a gripe along with the face and the transformation. Like, I feel a couple of these like Studio Series TFOne figures have kind of not been great. Like, I remember Alita. I freaking hate that figure. But this figure, like, it's definitely not as bad. I do like him. It's just there's a couple of things that just make it not great, just kind of good. But he definitely could be better. So yeah, like the articulation can absolutely be improved. Like I don't see how they could do a waist swivel, but they could probably have re-engineered this bit to give him one. They could have absolutely given him like ankle pivots. Like I can see them engineering like little bits to give him an ankle pivot. The wrist isn't the end of the world, but it would be nice if he had like a wrist swivel. And also the face. They should have just redone the face entirely. So yeah. That's pretty much all I've got to say about this guy. So, do I recommend him? Maybe wait for him to, like, go down in price at clearance or something. Because honestly, I feel maybe wait until he's like 12 pounds or something instead of 24. Because he's still a cool figure. He's still fun. The jet boat's still really good. It's just, there's a couple of qualities that not make him the greatest. He's still good. I still like him. It's just, yeah, kind of flawed. So I'd say, wait for him to go on clearance. Wait for a sale. So, yeah. Well, this has been my review on Studio Series Transformers 1 Starscream. And this is a Transformers fan signing off.